What's up, Sagittarius, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tawny Michelle, and basically I'm just another spiritual ass bitch here on the internet doing tarot, astrology, and other cool spiritual videos. So if that's your vibe, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button before you go if you end up liking this video, and if not, that's cool too. It's all good. So let's go ahead and get into your tarot and astrology for the month of June 2020. I hope you guys are having a good month so far, and let go. So Sag, your month looks very interesting, and obviously you guys just had that partial lunar eclipse in your sign. Lunar eclipse. I don't know why I thought I said that wrong, but yeah, you guys just had a lunar eclipse in your sign. Very wild, probably bringing up a lot of energy, a lot of tension, some things from the past that may have needed to be situated, and also even bringing up some things with your family. Okay, so there may have been something that went on that wasn't exactly what it appeared to be, or maybe you had to sacrifice something to do something with the family or something to do with the family. But yeah, something going on there with the family for sure, and with you. So let's go ahead and go over your oracle cards, and then we'll come back to your astrology. So the first card you guys have is I give offerings that are genuine. And the main thing that came up to me for me with this card, Sag, is I kind of was like getting that some of you guys may be, because Sages are very, very social creatures. So I feel like some of you guys may have some people in your life that you're helping, or you're trying to help, or that you do try to help, or that you associate with, whatever the case may be. And it's not, how do I put this? You're not really like all the way 100% in the situation, if that makes sense. Like something in you like wants to associate with them, or wants to communicate with them, or maybe even wants to help, but it may not be for the right reason. So there may be a situation where someone wants something from you, or you have to give someone something or something like that, but you don't really want to do it, but you do it anyway, if that makes sense, which therefore makes it not genuine. So therefore, this person has no idea how you feel, has no idea that you really don't want anything to do with them, or that you don't want to help them, or whatever the case may be, and yet they're still coming to you, and you're like, oh my God, why is this person coming to me? Whatever the case may be. So I feel like you may be either in a situation or a few situations, whatever the case, this month where you need to basically keep your integrity. And it's funny because we also have I achieve with integrity. So I think this is really about considering maybe how and why you've been possibly giving to people, or helping people, or associating with certain people in your life, and what it is that you want to achieve, and if you've been achieving that with the utmost integrity, or if you've had to somewhat go against your own values, your own beliefs, your own morals, your own virtues, whatever, to get what it is that you want. So that's just something that I personally feel coming up here. And then we also have the card I am forgiving. So some of you guys even could be in a situation where you maybe give someone something, or you offer someone something, but it's not fully genuine, or you go against your own integrity, and then something happens where the person basically isn't grateful, or something along those lines, and you have to somewhat find the forgiveness because the offer wasn't genuine in the first place. So I know that's kind of specific, but for whatever reason, like that's the situation that is coming to me with those three cards. That may not be for all of you. They're just the oracle cards. So yeah, let me know if that does resonate with you down below though. But yeah, and there may even be situations for a lot of you where this month there are some wounds coming up from the past, because we do have a lot going on in your opposite sign of Gemini, all about relationships and other people and your interactions with people and the significant relationships in your life. We have Venus retrograde there. Venus is also all about relationships and your commitments and all of that. So it's really been bringing this stuff up for you to kind of take a look at. And I do see that some of you guys may have had some people from the past, whether romantic or friend, whatever, coming back into your life this month or recently. And you may have to forgive, or you may have to move on. And forgiveness doesn't mean just forgetting what they did or being BFF with them. You know what I mean? It's basically forgiving for yourself, because when we resent someone or when we hate someone, I'm sure you've heard this before, but really it's bad for us. It's not even bad for the other person. They're just living their life. You know what I mean? And we are the ones that are feeling the hatred and the rage and the anger and all of that. So, you know, it's kind of like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die from it. So just try to keep that in mind. So moving on to your tarot cards. So let's see here. Your first card is the Star card, and the Star card came out with the Chariot. So these are big dreams. This is really like thinking about your future, thinking about what you want, thinking about what you hope for, thinking about what you wish for, thinking about your place in the world, where you want to go, where you want to travel to, what you want to do. And you really have these hopes and dreams, okay? You really have these wishes. And you've been really, I think, fantasizing about all this different stuff that you want to do. You've also maybe been kind of like helping other people is really what I get from that as well. Expressing your own gifts in order to help other people, or wanting to in some way. But we have the 8 of Swords here. So this tells me that you've been feeling a little trapped mentally, that you've been feeling really in your head, or that something like that basically you have these shadow aspects of you that are telling you you can't do it, or it's never going to happen, or you're not worth it, or you don't deserve it, or whatever the case may be. I also feel some insecurity issues around this too, with money, like you don't have what it takes, or you don't have what you need to offer other people. And that is not the case here, Sagittarius. So you're really kind of psyching yourself out here with something in the beginning of this month, I feel. So that may be something that you need to work on. Some of you guys could be feeling a little bit trapped or stuck when it comes to money. But here's the thing with the 8 of Swords, it's not even real, it's all in your head, as you can kind of see this card is depicting, in my opinion. So there may be some situations involving money, involving a job, involving finances, involving possessions, or just what it is that you value or worth. Or you may feel like you don't have the skills or the learning or the education that you need to move forward with this dream and vision that you have for yourself. But that is something that you can achieve over time. So don't let that get you too down, Sag. So moving on to your middle month. So we have the 7 of Cups here that came out with the Knight of Cups, and then the 5 of Wands. So kind of what I see here, Sagittarius, is there may be somebody that has came back around in your life, or just someone that's already in your life that maybe is offering you something or inviting you to something in the middle of the month that you kind of are a little confused about. And I would definitely say trust your intuition, because with the 5 of Wands coming after this does not look like it's going to go very well. It kind of looks like it may end up turning into some kind of like immature thing or petty argument, competition, something along those lines. Some of you guys could be in some kind of like love or friend competition thing mid-month for whatever reason. It just kind of seems immature, and I feel like there's somebody, whether it's you or this other person, that really just doesn't know what they want all the way. And yeah, so if this person is already in your life or comes back into your life, I would just kind of be wary of that. Trust your intuition, go with your feeling, because their intentions may not necessarily be what you think they are or in the right place, if that makes sense. Now, for others of you, this could just be some kind of event that you get invited to, or some kind of, I don't know, something that you do with someone else that just ends up kind of not going the way that you thought it would, or being a little stressful or a little too hectic. So just keep that in mind as well. So moving on to the middle to end of your month, we have the Knight of Wands here. So definitely forward movement, definitely, change, wanting to possibly travel, or maybe even taking a short trip, traveling, something like that. Now, I do also see some of you guys could be having some kind of get together or something towards the end of the month, because we also have the 10 of Pentacles here and the 3 of Pentacles. So here's the thing, Sag, with the Knight of Wands here, this is where you may actually start taking action to start developing your skill set, start learning more, or start going after what it is that you want in life, like we were talking about in the beginning. Now, I would be careful with this because we do have the Mercury retrograde starting at the end of this month. As long as it's something you've already started on before then, and you're kind of going back to it, or going back to redo it, or going back to learn more, whatever the case may be, then you should be fine. Because Mercury retrograde is basically about going back. It's all about that. So that's when it kind of can work in your favor. But if it's something brand new that you've never done before, thought of before, whatever, that's when it can be a little bit risky. So anyways, but yeah, I do see you kind of going after your future here, like knowing what it is that you want. Some of you guys could be getting a new job. Some of you guys could be helping some family members or just some family with something, but it's definitely going to give you a new perspective and a new perception of reality. It's definitely going to wake you up to something new and to really get your mind going about something, to really pique your curiosity and really pique your interest about something. So I do think that it turns out being exactly what you need. So to your astrology, so like I said, on the 5th, we had the full moon, partial lunar eclipse in your sign. We already went over that. So on the 18th is where we have Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury retrograde is going to be in a spot for you, Sagittarius, that is all about your finances and money that comes from other people. So this may also be a time where you somehow get help to go back and basically do something, or pay something off, or fix something in some way. When it comes to your finances, this place also rules just any kind of resources, anything that you get from someone else or an institution, a company, whatever. So loans, any kind of money that you get or share with someone else. This could be also debt, credit, all of these different things. So Mercury retrograde here is going to have you going back over your finances to really check things out, to fix anything that's not there, or fix anything that needs to be fixed. And then also, this part of your chart also rules intimate relationships. So this may bring up some stuff that you need to re-go over when it comes to your intimate relationships, changes, transformations, fears that you need to address, also psychological needs, and I kind of see that here as well. You may be working with someone to kind of unhinge your mind or open your mind about something. So that's another possibility here. So moving on to the 21st, we have the Cancer solar eclipse in the same area of your chart, all about intimate relationships, finances, other people's money, all of that. So this is going to be interesting, and this is where you kind of get that brand new spark, that brand new start, and you may somehow get some help from your family, or there could be some kind of tension there with your family that needs to be addressed, that shines some kind of light. A lot of family kind of stuff coming up towards mid-month into the end of the month. Or something from your past could get brought up that needs to be addressed, or someone from your past like we were talking about here. Just be careful and trust your intuition, because like I said, things may not exactly be what they seem at first. So on the 25th, Venus finally goes direct. Venus has been retrograding in your opposite sign, like I said before, all about relationships, commitments, contracts, partnerships, significant significant people up in your life, basically. So Venus will finally go direct. So this kind of Venus retrograde where you've had to re-examine your values in relationships, re-examine, you know, what you want, what you desire in relationships, re-examine your relationships just in general. All of that will kind of start smoothing out and making more sense once Venus goes direct on the 25th. So on the 27th, Mars moves into Aries, which is a spot for you that is all about your passions, children, hobbies, creative ventures, your inner child, self-expression, creativity, all of these different things. So you are going to have a lot of energy, a lot of drive to get creative, to get passionate. Now, with Mars and Aries, though, in your 5th house, this could amp up your children a little bit too. If you have children, they could be really, focused, really passionate. They could also be a bit argumentative or feisty. So you do want to kind of watch out for that as well. So on the 30th, we have Jupiter retrograde and Pluto retrograde coming together again for the 2nd time, and since the beginning of April. So if you want to think back to the beginning of April, what was going on in your life, if you had any opportunities come to you, if you had any major or significant changes, anything like that, this may get brought back up again for you to reflect on in some way. And it could have something to do with your income, your finances, your self-worth, your values, your possessions, what you want to own, what you want to have in life, and what you have to offer the world. So that is basically what I see for you, Sagittarius. Let me know down below if any of that resonated. As always, I'd love to hear about it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my other videos. Bye.